Field notes. Okay, so I took some time off because I was reading and revising my first draft. And, we talked about first drafts and how, we have to fail up and it be good. But the hardest thing about going back and reading and revising is you start judging yourself. Oh, and I started judging myself, and I got kind of lost in the loop of self editing and self judging and second guessing and insecurity and all of this other stuff, man. All of this stuff. The hardest part is like it really comes back to this whole idea of being liked and likability and me wanting to be liked. When the backlash happened 20 years ago, I think one of the things that sent me really deep into depression was this wanting to be liked. Like I really wanted to be liked in my life, and I think that's how I found the theater and I found acting and performance and music because I liked the feeling of being on stage and getting the applause. Like I really loved it, and it fulfilled this thing in me that I've always searched for, which is this adrenaline boost of self-esteem. And because I was good on stage and it felt natural, it was easy for me to get my self-esteem pick me up, my self-esteem boost from performing. And just like anything you practice, you get good at it. And I did it a lot. I practiced it a lot, and I got pretty good at it. And I enjoyed it so much. And I have to be honest. I have to be honest. One of the biggest reasons why I kept doing it was because of that gratification. I didn't feel like I needed to be liked in my individual everyday life. I had this special thing where I could go on stage and like everybody liked me. And the other thing about it was, when you go on stage and you're acting, you don't have to be you. You can really find you can find this nuance in characters that you play, and you can kind of hide in it and be like, well, people like the character. And what I brought to the character. It's really this perfect storm of a self-esteem boost, because you're you, but you don't have to be you. And then if people don't like you, you can hide behind the character. I couldn't do that during the backlash. I couldn't hide behind Jar Jar and be like, well, wasn't me, it was George. It wasn't me, it was Star Wars. It wasn't me, it was the script. It wasn't me, it was the writing. That's something that I find very curious and very interesting, because I usually get two responses. The first response is, who are you? I didn't know that there was an actor who did that. You mean like Andy Serkis? And then the other response is, yeah, man, that was, some racist bullshit that you did. It's really this unique experience. So I was on the likability emotional roller coaster, and I didn't know who to trust. There was also this thing of when you do find that thing that gives you that, boost of self-esteem, and then it betrays you, you're lost. And it's very difficult to find yourself again, because the trust factor is a thing. Like, you don't necessarily trust the thing that you rely on to bring you back, because you trusted this thing so deeply before and it let you down. That was a big deal to me. I didn't know who or what to trust to come back. And it really stops you. It holds you back from taking those risks that you took before the thing happened, right? Because before the thing happened, you're just like, oh, I don't care if I fall on my face. This is what I do. And it's never let me down. I couldn't do that because I second guessed every move that I made. In auditions, I would do things that were either just terrible. I had terrible auditions. Or I would be like so off the wall, so off the cuff, don't care, that casting directors would be like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You know, I was trying to, I didn't know where to stand. I'd be either too timid or too brash, too loud. I said shit to people that it's just uncalled for. Like, I told one director that his script wasn't authentic. Just an asshole thing to do. And it was because I was insecure. It was because I was afraid. And it was because I didn't know who I was anymore, you know? I kind of doubled down on the fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through this stage, or I went through this stage at the Backlash where I was just like, everybody's an asshole, fuck everybody. I'm just gonna be over the top me. And I was, especially in professional situations. And I would do dumb shit, and I would say dumb shit like, you know, I don't want to do this kind of work, and you know, like, I go to auditions and be like, I'm gonna just change people's scripts and shit because fuck everybody. That wasn't right either. It really wasn't. And I ran smack dab into this rereading this first draft because, you know, just like any first draft, it needs work. But as I was reading, I was like, are people gonna like me? Are people gonna like this? Am I killing myself? Am I destroying myself again? A lot of hard questions that I started asking myself. And so, like, the whole thing is like, I want to stop. I want to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. It's getting too scary. And, you know, this past week was tough because I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should quit. Maybe I shouldn't do this one-man show because it's hard. And I don't know if people are going to like it or like me. So I wanted to quit, dead up, this week. I wanted to quit. And, you know, I think every actor practices their Oscar speech. Regardless of whether or not you're on the Oscar track, I think every actor who wants to do this and seriously wants to do this practices their Oscar speech. I don't know if I'll ever win an Oscar, but I have an Oscar speech, and it has to do with quitting. Here's the part of it about quitting. After I thank my mother and my father and everybody who supported me and my wife, child, and everything. I had to face this week. I had to face my Oscar speech, which is everybody out there who's doing this work, and if you feel like you need to quit, quit. Do it. Stop. Just quit. Quit. Then go through your tantrum, dust yourself off, get back up, and get back to work because we need you. We need you. And it may not seem like we need you, but we do. What we do relies on good people, honest people, and your voice. I don't care if you have no idea what you're writing about, no idea what you're talking about. What I do care is if you do it, be honest. Be honest about it. That honesty is going to take you to the next plateau. So quit, and then dust yourself off and get back to work because we need you. We need you. And so I said that to myself this week, as corny as that sounds, and as self-help novel BS Eat, Pray, Love that sounds, I said it to myself. I said, quit, Ahmed, quit. And then dust yourself off and get back to work because we need you. And the only reason why I said that to me is not because I'm doing some kind of a fantastic, you know, life-changing work. It's because this is what happened, man. This is the honest story about what I'm doing and what happened to me. It's just My honest story. And I don't know what my honest story is going to do to anybody out there in that world. I really don't. It might not do anything. But I tell you, if I don't put it out, it really won't do anything. And for some reason, I'm compelled to do this thing. I have to do it. I don't know why. I'm compelled to do it. I'm compelled to tell this story. So I didn't quit. I dusted myself off and I got back to work and I started revising and writing and cutting out and erasing and crossing things out. And then I did something really scary, which is I put a date on the calendar and I'm inviting people to hear it on a date in the new year. And I'm terrified. I'm terrified. But I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it because that's what you do. I'm just trying to be honest, you know? I'm just trying to be honest. To everybody out there who wants to quit, I didn't quit. I dusted myself off and I got back to work. Dust yourself off and get back to work. It's okay to feel like shit for a minute. You can feel like shit for a minute. Let yourself go through that, feel it, and then dust yourself off and get back to work because we need you. I need you. All right. Back to it.